Well, welcome everybody to the Broken Wing Racing League. This is the V-Ray Championship, and we are on round 2 of Season 10 here at Okayama. In me with the booth, we got Jeff Lubich from Canada.
Hey
Jeff?
guys, how's it going? Here from Canada,
And right,
for some Bean Rays.
yeah, and right now we're just looking at practice. We got 8 minutes 28 seconds left, and it looks like some of these liveries may not be fully loaded. I could definitely take a Control R on these and just kind of make sure and confirm. But and that might just be Trey's because Trey is always has a little bit of a minimalistic intent with his liveries, but he is definitely noticeable.
No, he's definitely noticeable, and he's very quick here in the Rays. And when I first started in the league, I started in the Formula Vees, and he was in the Rays himself, and very quick there. And he seems like still very quick there. Um, Lars as well, Dave Palmer, not too far behind. Um, Lars has joined us recently in the GT3s, along with Dave Palmer. Yeah, it'll be a good grid here.
Absolutely, good grid. 16 drivers, nine Rays and 7 V's. Guido Marzucci leading the V's, and he's got a best time of 102.3. And Trey Mistak's time, who's leading the Rays, was a 56.039. So, bit of a difference there on speed. We already know that was going to be the case, but it's good to see the reflective times of the fastest drivers in both fields.
No, it definitely is. I was more in the V's myself, and the V's are more of a draft class. So they don't get down to any of the lower gears on, especially this track. It's a very flowy track. Probably the lowest gear they'll get down to is third, potentially second. I highly doubt it though. Um, you don't want to get too low in the RPMs or revs in these because the acceleration is absolutely horrible. So definitely keeping it in a pack, and definitely a draft class for the V's.
And it looked like that was Chris Mounts who had a little bit of an issue going into, I think, turn 5.
Yeah, just a small spin there going into the corner. The rotation balance on these is a little little wide there on that one as well. But yeah, you can definitely get these things a little, because there is no wing, right? You get the little out of balance with the corners and the characteristics if you're not taking it the right speed, I guess.
Absolutely. And we have Enrique Casillas. I think I said that right. There's a couple names here, by the way, that I am probably going to butcher, and I hope Jeff does too, so I don't look like the only person not able to do it. But I'll do my best. I think I know this one though. Michael Chody. Cody. Ah, I think
I think it is.
you think it's Ch- Cody Chody.
I don't think it's Chody.
Hope so. Uh, Joao Joao Silva. No, that's an accent A. So I'm not definitely getting this one wrong, but Joe. We're gonna just call him Joe. Joe, number 521. It's got a pretty good livery though. Oh, oh. A good thing about these classes, Jeff, is that when they lose it, they don't actually like lose too much. Like you don't really see hard crashes in these things. They do typically roll right towards a barrier, but don't actually end up losing too much. Which is kind of nice to see.
Yeah, absolutely. When these cars, the V's and the Rays, when they spin out or they get a little loose, it's normally just that. It's just a spin. Um, but it's where the two cars they come together. That's where you're going to see the big incidents. I've been in a few myself. Just the nature of the open wheelers, just one on top of another. Yeah, me myself, I've been in a few barrel rolls from just light contact and hitting tires from that. So that will be the spectacle for these cars when it comes to wreck is when two come together.
Hey, that's going to get added to the Brooklyn Racing. I don't have a thing for it yet, but BWR come. That's what that's going to go down to. Coming together. It's like NASCAR.
It is.
This is a very interesting livery, by the way. It's this is with the number 2 pencil.
Number 2 pencil.
That Enrique's running there. I mean, that's what I'm pretty sure that's it. It's just
No, it definitely is. Number 2 pencil. I'm gonna try and write himself to victory.
that one can go right in the dumpster. That joke. That's it's, no one has anything. Nothing. No surprising liveries. I was gonna say like nothing where you're like, wow, this thing's popping. And then I speak,
Yeah.
and then there's this guy, and he's actually got a turtle on the front of his livery. I think that
I
actually.
believe that one would be Raphael from the Ninja Turtles. The red one. I think the red one's name is Raphael.
I know that they're all famous painters. But I didn't know which ones were which. Maybe Guido here has an interesting livery. I'm not sure. It looks like almost like a Taco Bell. Oh, he's even got the Italian hand gesture on the side. Yeah.
See here. Trying to get a closer look myself.
I don't know if there is such
Oh
a.
yeah. Got a Dart Valley Vapors Steel. That's what Guido is rocking right here.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, it's definitely Italian.
100% Italian. He's got the hands on the front are the Italian hands.
The it's the that pincer movement. I've actually seen that in real life too. Like a real visceral like using it as or as offensively as they could towards someone. A bicyclist almost got hit by a car, and the bicyclist was yelling in Italian and had that out. It was it's quite this spectacle for myself. I was like, this is a real thing that's happening. This is awesome. Get 24 seconds left in practice. Yeah?
Yeah, 24 seconds left. We're going to get to qualifying here soon.
Hey, we got a couple more people.
We do. We do.
Now we're going to have...
The timing for the Rays are still really close. Top 8 within 1 second of each other. The Vees, Guido and Ethan Orr, are in a class of their own, I have to say it. They are well ahead. About 5/10 clear of the rest of the field.
Yeah, it's going to be... Oh, we're switching over, and when we're switching over, it's just going to be a brief word from our sponsors. And we are back. It looked like a V went out, but it is actually the Rays that are supposed to go out first. So maybe that was just a slight miscommunication. But yeah, welcome everybody. If you're just joining us, this is round 2 of season 10 here for the V-Ray Championship, and Trey Mistack is the first Ray to take us to car racing for qualifying, at least. on his first hot lap. And Jeff Lubich is in the commentating booth with me as well. Jeff, what do you think Trey's chances here on lap 1 to keep it on pole?
I think Trey's chances are pretty good here to keep it on pole. He, like I said earlier, if you haven't been with us, you're just joining. Trey has been driving these cars for a while, and feels like just anything he drives is quick. He doing rallying as well, and GT3, LMPs, just seems to be always top of the class. Is one of those iRacing aliens, as we like to say. So he's definitely got a good chance, but the other drivers in the race here will definitely give him a run for his money, because they're more seasoned drivers. They're not. Yeah, they're more seasoned drivers.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he was fastest in practice, so might see a return result there.
Yeah, we definitely might, but I know that Lars and Dave Palmer weren't very far behind. Only like maybe half a tenth back, so I think they've got a good chance of maybe giving an upset to Trey
Oh,
in
look at
the
that.
Ray category.
Lars went to second. Daniel Veron. Let's see, we have Brad here, who hasn't actually set a lap on that last one. Neither did Joe here. Oh, he did. Went to P5 with his time, 57.2.
Nice.
Not bad for student rookie on board here of Jason Chen. He is in P4 with the 57.1. Cody Fanera also in P3 at the moment. Dave Palmer is down in 6. Max Poe in 7. Michael down in 8. Daniel Varon in 9. And Brad is the last driver of the race. Hasn't set a time on the board just yet. That little slide there is going to cost him. So, and Michael goes up to full fourth as Cody Fanera goes into second. Lars down in a third. Daniel Varon up to fourth. Jason Chen down to fifth. So the chimes are changing. Dave Palmer back up to fifth. And
The times are definitely moving around, but the one person that is not moving is Trey.
yeah,
He's definitely making me eat my words right now, and so is Lars.
56.222. He just set a fastest on that last one. We got 6 minutes, 5 seconds left on their time. And it kind of looks like it's going to go to Trey, but anything can happen in 6 minutes.
Absolutely, 6 minutes is a long time, especially in these cars here.
Ooh.
With 6 minutes, they're 56-second laps, so they've got definitely 6 more laps
And
to go
just
here.
set a fastest time on the last one,
Again.
56.070. Jason Chen now was into second, now into third as Lars Tyhouse got ahead of him just with the 56.5. He's clear of the field by 5/10 at the moment. Cody Fanera down into fourth, but actually improved to fourth over Dave Palmer, who's now dropped down to sixth. Joe is up into fifth. Max Poe's a pretty strong driver. I've seen him in other series. I'm kind of surprised he's maybe not he's struggling here, but he's down here in P9 out of the 10 of them. He's a pro-am driver, so you'd expect a stronger result, but
He's a pro-am driver. We have to think that this is Formula Class, that is GT3, and I think he is one of our later joins too. I don't think he got the practice that maybe some of our other drivers did just before the session.
Yeah, he definitely didn't get any late practice or almost no practice involved with this driver coming in. Joined very late. Wow, he finished fast. Where wet? It was pretty wet at the start of practice, and since the session has been going on, it's been pretty much settled. There is some puddling at some corners of the track, but not too much. And look at that.
To be completely honest, I actually I forgot there was supposed to be rain.
It was
at some point.
Pouring pretty nicely, and I was gonna say Trey did a fastest lap on his last lap, and now he's gone even faster. Of course he's gonna go faster. He's losing fuel, And I mean, a 55.879 is his last. He was actually a 55.9 something on the last lap. So it's just nothing but improvements, improvements, improvements from this driver, lap after lap. I was not expecting that. But even Lars Tiehaus is getting faster. He did a 56.2, and he's barely ahead of Jason Chen by .006 is the difference between the two of them. That slide's going to cost him.
Yeah, with 3 minutes there left in the Rays qualifying.
Oof.
It's going to be close with Lars and Jason here. I don't think they'll get close enough to Trey unless Trey makes a mistake, because I think the track is drying a lot right now. I don't think it's as dry as it could be, as we're kind of seeing here with the times keep going down. Trey's
just set another
starting
fastest
with
lap.
the 55.5s, and yeah, again with 55.6 now, where he was in the 56s and 50s. Like, yeah, we're definitely getting to the dry track now.
Brad approved. He went to P8 over that one. Michael, where can he set up on this one? He did a lengthy last lap. And there's the wet. It's right there on that green stuff.
Let's see. What his time is.
Jason Chen is back out. I wonder if he's going to be able to... I think he will. He'll have enough time to do one run.
Yeah. He'll definitely have time to do one run here for sure.
Yeah, Dave Palmer improves. Goes to P2 with a 56.2. Now he's just ahead of Lars Tiehaus.
Lars and Dave have just been slugging it out here for that second spot. So I think it's going to go right down to the last lap for those two.
Jason Chen still has enough time to get a lap in, but
those are not going to be very happy tires, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of rough for him.
Yeah, he's going to really need to pull one out there for this lap here if he wants to challenge Lars and Dave, who themselves are also pushing here on their last lap potentially.
There it is. That was Max Poe who spun. I heard someone spin, and some debris goes on track. Dave Palmer on this last one didn't improve, but he's got one more go of it. Lars also out there. He may actually have enough time to do a run. Oof. That is unfortunate.
Just... go on board here with Lars.
As Trey sets the fastest
And then the last
time.
corner.
Wow.
And evidently I found out that the last corner's name is called the last corner.
I don't know that.
He's doing what you do, Jason. He's going through all the track names. The corners.
You gotta. If you know them, you go for it. And this is Jason Chen's last attempt here. Got Cody Fanera just ahead of him. And no improvements out of P1, 2, 3. Daniel Varon in P5 is also parked, so he's P5. He may lose out here, or he may just stay where he's at. Depends on what happens here with Cody Fanera. Joe is also in P7. He's not improving. Max Poe is out there on track, so he might be improving. Oh, these two drivers just went in the pits, and they are not there, so we'll take a look here. And Ethan Orr. Ooh. So the standings for the Rays is finalized. No improvements out of anyone on that last lap besides Trey Mistak. Also, LP Shots 12, thank you for the follow. Michelle Lynn, Dole Dime for the follow as well. That was a little bit ago. But appreciate the follows, everybody. And we got 8 minutes, 17 seconds left here in qualifying, and then we'll get to the race, the V-Ray race. And Ethan Orr leading the V's at the moment. Jeff, any thoughts here on Ethan? I've only ever seen him a few times in, I think, the GT3s. I can't recall specifically.
I've definitely seen him, I think, maybe once or twice in the GT3s. I've raced with him, I think, a couple times as well in the V's. A very clean driver for what we saw in that onboard there. It's a very clean lap, very stable. He's very quick in these V's as well. Him and Guido were the two top guys in practice, and I can see them being the top guys now as well as they are, with Ethan in first, Guido in second, Ken third, uh, Enrique Casalemaz in fourth, now
Casiliamas.
fifth with Casilimas with in fifth now because Christopher Milton has taken fourth. Um, yeah, with the top three, it's 700ths behind first, and then you've got 6/10ths. So again, it's the two farthest away. Um,
Yeah.
Peter Dillon just went fifth. So yeah,
And
drivers getting some times in,
we'll see these two, Chris
and
Mounts and Joshua Justice, put in a time here. They're the only two V's that haven't put in a time, besides Brady Conan, I should say. He's not. He's in this session, I believe, but he's actually not. Um, yeah, he's just not out there on track at all. He's not even in the pit lane because it would show that if he was. Joshua Justice went to P5 with that one, and Chris Mounts to 8 as Enrique goes across the line to go to 6th position. And no other improvements across the board, but maybe Guido Marzucci here can take the top spot from Ethan Orr, who just went fastest again. That's a big
yeah.
difference in time.
Yeah, I was just about to say Ethan, or he just got another fastest lap, and he unfortunately didn't improve on his second. See if he improves here on his third. Because yeah, they're going to be neck and neck for this whole qualifying, similar as we saw with Lars and Dave for in the Rays.
He did improve
Yeah,
on
look at
this
that
one.
big improvement from Guido. Only 1100s behind Ethan right now.
It's not bad at all. Joshua
Oh,
Justice
that is
crossed the
very good.
line, went to 4th, or now into 5th as Chris Mounts overtook him for 4th. Christopher Melton down into 6th. Unfortunate.
Chris Mount's definitely taking advantage of the draft from Joshua Justice to take that fourth position away, um, gaining just just under about 400ths of a second there with that draft down the straight.
Seems rather strategic, and it looks like it's working. Oof, a little bit of lockup though.
It is definitely a strategic um, strategy in any racing category. Again, just it all depends on the guy in front. If he makes a mistake or whatnot, that could destroy your lap as well. But if they don't, and you can get a clean run and utilize all that draft, you can get a way quicker time and really throw yourself up there, as he's just done again.
Yeah, I mean Joshua was ahead of him across the line with a faster time, but then Chris overtook him. Just got a
Yeah.
little bit more out of it, and it's not even that much more. It's you look at the times there.
No,
It's point 0.836 sorry 0.836 and 0.831 difference there. So 0.005. It's rough.
5 thousandths off of each other, and
Only two drivers that are
yeah,
out there
it's
that are
getting
doing it
to
this way.
And the gap between Ethan and Guido is still 1100s there. Hasn't changed for a couple laps. Like they've both kind of got themselves at their top speed and their rhythm. Maybe they can maybe eke out maybe a half a tenth more or something like that, but be very difficult.
And no change from these two across the line. Who's someone we haven't seen in a while? Peter Dillon. Sitting in P8 at the moment. What can you do here? Is Christopher Moulton just went to P5, splitting those two drivers that are kind of going across the track together. And with that time, oof, seeing a live spin. Unfortunate for Peter Dillon. Yeah, no, Christopher Melton, he's kind of been all by himself, and he's got no one around him, but still is able to improve pretty well in hand to split those two drivers, these two crossing the line. Will this change anything for Joshua Justice? It does, actually. Joshua Justice goes fastest. He goes to P4 over Chris Mounts, who's now into 5th, and Christopher Melton is now down into 6th.
Chris Mountain in 6th, so we've got Chris Mounts still in 5th with Joshua Justice, who's now gotten in front of Chris Mounts.
Yeah, just on that last lap, it was quite the improvement for this driver, but hopefully he'll be able to keep it. We have 1 minute 31 seconds left. They'll get one run of this. Actually, probably two if they got any fuel left, but Joshua just went.
Justice there. He was just going a little bit offline. I don't know if you noticed, trying to break the draft from Chris Mounts, because I think he's also realized that, that giving the draft behind has not been helping him.
No, and it didn't help him this go around. Chris, no improvement there. Christopher Melton also no improvement as well from him. Ken Poulin, who's kind of been in a good spot. He's just sitting. Oof. This rule of when you praise a driver, bad things happen to them. And there it is. Ken went off. Hopefully he has. Oof, this could actually be beneficial here for Chris Mounts, though. Guido Marzucci just took the top spot from Ethan Orr.
Yeah, and by quite a considerable margin as well.
That is fantastic. Now, what happens here for this driver? He had a healthy draft there and no improvement, and they're gonna go again, but maybe he just needs it for a full lap here. He's pretty aggressive.
They do have enough time. That was very aggressive. And they do have enough time. He's taking the draft here. Just a few more corners.
And one driver who's already done almost is Ethan Orr, who was setting the pace for the Vees, now into second. When he crosses the line, is it an improvement that is not enough? 0.079 difference between those two.
Was an improvement, but you're right, not enough.
Joshua Justice, Ken Poulin, and Chris Mounts are all going to cross the line here. Where's this going to shake up? Is it good enough for Ken to be still in third?
I don't think Joshua Justice was going to get the time, and he pulled off to make sure that Chris Mounts also didn't get it.
Yeah. I mean, did Ethan have enough time? I mean, he's still out there. We have Ken Poulin in P3, Joshua Justice P4, Christopher Melton P5, Chris Mounts 6, Enrique, and then Ethan Orr is going into the pit lane. It's not going to matter. It's going to transition us over to the race. Yeah, and in chat, Trey Mistak said that he hadn't practiced in the rain, so this should be interesting. Is it going to start in the rain? I don't think so. It's not going to get a huge weather change from quali to race. And it doesn't look like
Does
anything.
not look like it is, no.
Or is it going to start to get to that, like, slowly develop rain throughout the session, the race session, and you have to switch to wet tires? That could be it as well. I don't know.
I am going to tell you that you are spot on. I am taking a little cheat code and looking at the weather for the future here, and in a good old 20 minutes, yeah, 20 minutes from now, in sim time, we should be at 100% rain.
Awesome.
So we should have about halfway through, probably around the pit stop time, I would say, for most of these cars. They'll need probably switch. I don't even think they have wet tires, so
Oh,
I don't really think there's a
they for
real,
sure have to
real
have.
high, a real concern for that. I think it's just rain's here. Let's drive careful.
If that's the case, that's going to be.
Could be wrong.
They don't have
Someone in
wets.
chat can
Confirm that.
confirm with that.
I haven't raced these things since I got on the service 3-4 years ago. I mean, I don't even remember being. Yeah, I don't remember these races with in the Vees, I should say.
Yeah, from the looks of things, they definitely do not have any rain tires. They get a tire.
I think they're used for both, since they already have base tires, already have grooves, and it's just gonna be.
Yeah.
That's what Justin said. But Justin's never been wrong, ever. So
I take what he says with a grain of salt.
Trey will lead the race here momentarily, and then we'll get over to the V's. But they don't look like they're backing up too much, so I guess they don't split them that much.
No, they don't really need to split them that much. The Rays are just that much faster. It's like the LMP3s and GT4s speed difference. They just fly right by.
Yeah, but I feel like we still had a slight difference. Oh, we're green and we're off. I can't see from this angle, but eventually we're gonna get to know who's going into turn one, and it looks like it's Trey Mistak for the moment. Jason Chen and Dave Palmer battling out for P3, and looks like Dave Palmer is on the might be on the losing end here over Jason Chen, and yep, the move is down, and Jason Chen is ahead. And over to the Vees, no change in the order from the top four, but Chris Mounts is up one.
He's very quickly getting into formation there.
Yeah, it looks like it. And is that Ethan Orr hot on the heels of Guido Marzucci here? But no other changes. Brady Cohen was up 2 positions, but he's the only one that really snatched something. An Alpha Tauri livery, that's something.
Yeah, you don't see very many Red Bull liveries in the league here throughout any of our series. It's kind of frowned upon. But welcomed.
I mean, I love a good Red Bull livery. I know the attitude that they bring in, and look at that. Ethan Orr takes P1 in the V's into turn 1, and there's a shakeup. Guido is, I think, going to be kind of unable to. Yeah, he's not going to be able to respond to that. So it is all kind of said and done.
I think we're going to see most of our overtakes into that first corner there. Potentially down this corner here as well as.
Ooh.
Is that
Chris
right
Mounts,
there. I believe?
That was Christopher Melton that locked up. Or sorry, yeah, no, you're right. Chris Mounts.
It's Chris Mounts who
Yeah,
attempted the move there and
locked up.
locked up.
Yeah.
Mr. Melton got to keep a spot.
Yeah. Trey Gordy going fastest. And now Dave Palmer and trying to battle out here with Chase and Chen. And he gets on by. I think he's going to hold it for now. And while that was happening, just briefly, down into turn one, Guido Marzucci was able to get on by Ken Poulin. Sorry, Ethan Orr. Looking at all these different relative names.
There's so much action on track right now.
The field's still really tight. Everyone's still holding strong. Joshua Justice has been right there on the heels of Ken Poulin. Joshua Justice is in that blue V.
I think we're going to maybe potentially, if those two front leaders in the V stop fighting, we could see a little break off with those two. But if they keep fighting, then they're just going to keep everyone close.
And Max Poe overtook Daniel Varon for P6. It's another spot gain for him. Ethan Orr just retook the lead into turn one over Guido Marzucci. Also, Enrique Casilimas overtaking Peter Dillon for P7. Man, they're not that far behind. Only 23 seconds to the back of the pack. Oof. It was close, Dave. Really close.
Any closer, we could have had an accident. But we didn't, and we're going to go back down to the first corner.
Yeah, and we're going to be fine. Joe here, Silva. Oof.
Is anyone up the inside?
It's a little bit of a
I
wiggle.
think he had to back out there.
Yeah, almost a little bit of contact might have been formed there with Daniel Varon, who's just ahead of him. Oh, might see something happen here. Wow, look at the send there for Brad, and didn't work out. He locked up and sideways.
A little sideways there on that one as well. He's going to have to calm himself down here a little bit so he can try and catch up again. He's just making a little too many mistakes and falling back, but I'm sure he can get back up there and challenge again with Yael Silva and Daniel Varon.
Yeah, let's hope. Back over our race leaders in the Vees. Guido Marzucci is still really close. So is Ken Poulin, 3/10 behind him.
Yeah, that whole top five, they're in a nice draft pack right now. They're as long as everyone in that draft pack can stay within a few tenths of each other, they'll stay like this relatively for most of the race and be able to make moves like they have been into turn one.
Yeah, and still holding strong. Only one position change in the top six. Actually, out of the entire V category, I'm not mistaken at all. No one's changed positions besides P1 and 2. There was I'm just thinking of the Ray class, but yeah, the V's are all kind of in where they qualified where they are, and that's where it's at. Besides P1 and 2, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it looks like Joshua Justice making a move on Ken Poulin, but
Yeah,
backs out there.
Yeah, I think he thought better of it.
Yeah. Wasn't completely alongside, so he took the safe route and backed out and kept his position. Didn't lose too many.
And this is where we see some real battling here. As these Rays are so close to each other. Oof. There's someone right there in the back that had a little bit of a wiggle. I think that's Max Poe. Only the drivers behind, Cody Fanera and Max Poe. Cody up 1, Max up 2. Only, oof. Jason's blinking. And you got Peter Dillon, who's getting well out of the way there. I say well out of the way. And then those two almost come into contact. Let's take a look at that again. Now, Jeff, what would you be concerned with right here? Oof.
I think it's the closing speed of those rays are really quick on the V's, and I think it was just nature of that corner and just the timing of when they came in is just very unfortunate for
Yeah,
that instance, and I think they both did a good job to avoid any kind of accident.
I think you're right. I think it was just the timing. Max was just too far back on the other drivers in the Ray class. And when they were entering the corner, it's like, whoa, he's got to enter the corner. He's got to go through it. He can't be unpredictable and get off the racing line when both cars take that the same way.
Exactly.
It's just unfortunate, and it was very close. And this is as well. 110 separates them. Is Guido going to go for it this time around? Got the race leader coming up right behind them in the Ray class.
Yeah, Trey Mestak in a little class of his own here in the Rays,
Oh
but
yeah,
the second, third, fourth, I would even say fifth position in the Rays. They're all nice and close to each other. They're similar to our Formula V's,
yeah.
just from looking at the timing.
What's most surprising about that though is we still got these four are all keeping together here.
And they're going to be coming up to their first bit of traffic, so let's see if we get any mix-ups with them or even with the V's as well.
Oh,
So if everyone can keep it clean here going into turn 1.
I say four, but I guess I mean three. Christopher Moulton's trying to make a move here on Ken Poulin into turn 1, and he makes the move. And there's a V trying to, or a Ray trying to get on by.
And it's just all happening right now into the first few corners. V's on the outside, on the inside, Ray's on the outside. It's just everyone's going around everything. Try
Yeah,
not to hit anybody as well.
it's kind of rough because like Max Poe's also trying to get out of trying to get on by. He's that fourth driver I was telling you about that was part of this little pack of Rays, but now he's still in the middle of stuff. And
Yeah, still just unfortunately just getting very, very unlucky with the traffic of the V's, and I think he might have lost that pack in front of him. Unfortunate, but
yeah, I think
in
he dropped
two
back.
seconds back now.
Yeah, he dropped
Yeah,
back pretty significantly there through this traffic. No move here for Joshua Justice, but he has been pretty close to Ken Poulin.
he's been very, very close, and yeah, this is a very short track, so these rays will be coming around many times. So potentially this time around, the V's could be seeing what are the rays doing, and then next time around, maybe use the what a ray goes around to their
Oof.
advantage. You
Ooh.
know,
Oh,
oof.
that was a bit of a contact there from Brad and Joe. Oh no.
Small spin.
Yeah, it
Was
was.
able to keep it going though.
Yeah, that was just the. Okay, I thought they actually hit the wall there, but no, he didn't. And we're good. We're good.
No, I think that might have just been a little bit of a frightened himself going a little too fast with the V's on the outside there, and maybe just hit the brakes a little too hard and spun the car around. These Rays and V's, neither of them have ABS, so if you hit the brakes too hard, you're just gonna go for a nice pirouette.
And there's the rain. Now, just as a quick reminder, everybody, Trey Mistak is leading by 8.1 seconds in the Ray class. So let's take a look here and see if that remains to be the thing. It says 8.3, but that's based off of the relative, but it says 7.8 on my timing screen. So we'll see how that all works out.
Yes, I know Trey was pushing very hard in the dry weather because he's done basically no wet weather running. So it'll be interesting to see who's done wet weather running and who hasn't. Who's able to close up these gaps that we're seeing.
Yeah, and this looks like a little bit of a break in the draft there as Ethan Orr gets a reprieve. He's now half a second up on Guido here. Ken Poulin retook his spot at some point, and now it looks like Christopher Melton has actually dropped down 2 positions because he was ahead of Joshua Justice and Ken. Wonder what traffic might have caused for that to happen, but Ken popping that back into P3.
Just as we say that, we've got Joshua Justice coming around the outside and a very more. Oh, Christopher Melton also looking for the inside. Won't get it though. We'll have to slot in back behind Joshua Justice, Ken Poulin, sorry, with Joshua Justice taking the position there. Very good move there on the inside.
Yeah, and Christopher Melton, nothing he could do here. He was in the back of all 3 of these, but Ken, kind of a passenger at the moment. Jason Chen and Lars Tyhouse are now battling it out here for P2, and it's kind of surprised that this was this close. A little bit ago it was half a second, and right now it's 4/10.
I think the wet weather might be getting to Lars, and maybe Jason did some more practice, or maybe Lars just had a small off that we didn't see, and
Yeah,
allowed Jason to catch up.
he could have had just like a little spin, which got that moment for Jason to capitalize. And look at him trying to break the toe.
Yeah. Trying to break the toe, and I was noticing some big puddles starting to form on the outside. These drivers are going to want to stay away from the curbs and the lines, because yeah, look at those puddles on the inside. It's just asking for a spin.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And some of these drivers kind of like in their own little race of their own, but it's still pretty good. You never know what's going to happen with this rain. Your competitors could crash out. So we're still on board with Jason Chen, who's catching Lars Tyhouse. But we're going to go over to Cody Panera, who's in P5 at the moment. He's got Dave Palmer just ahead of him, and we're in the Ray class. And it's looking pretty strong.
Like Cody might have the slightly better run here just with that exit. He's getting the draft as well, but I don't think it'll be enough coming here into turn 1 for a move, unfortunate. But
absolutely, and you can see just ahead there's 2 drivers also battling out. That is P2 and 3, Jason Chen, Lars Tyhouse.
And the more they battle it out, and these guys battle out, that gap will stay the same. But these 2 battle out, and the other 2 in front don't.
Oh, and Dave goes on. Yeah, that's rough. And Max Poe even gets on by. That's an opportunity I was saying it
It was
earlier.
our
Just yeah. What were you gonna say there, Jeff?
Oh, I was just to say it was our first wet weather spin.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's probably some other ones that are happening on a track we just haven't noticed in particular. And look at that, Jason Chen already trying to make a move here on Lars House. Lars on the inside, Jason on the outside. Who's got it? I think they're not side by side because Jason Chen is still holding P2 and is keeping it for the moment.
And I think he's gonna have it right until the next lap. Jason Chen taking P2.
Yeah, I think you're right. Back on over to our Vees. Guido Marzucci, one of the few drivers on the track for the Vees that has lost a position. I mean, he's only lost one. You see Ken Poulin is down two, so Christopher Moulton also had gotten by. And look at this again. We didn't even see this happening. But Christopher Melton is in P3 ahead of Joshua Justice and Ken Poulin, who all three of them were battling out previous laps ago, and it was Joshua Justice leading those three.
These three here, they're having an absolutely great battle in the. I'd say the mid pack with 10 cars, 3, 4th, and 5th. They are fighting for a podium, but yeah, no, they're having a great little 3-car battle here. Uh, just swapping positions, having fun in the rain. That's what you want to see.
Definitely want to see it, and we'll pop back over to Max Poe, who's just behind this little group, and he's got Cody Fanera right in front of him. I think Ken was going to be the one that loses out because he was split. Oof. That was a spin. It's Brady Cohen? Now, this is unfortunate for this driver. I don't know what happened to him. Oof, there's a spin. Is Max Poe, Dave Palmer got on by to retake his spot in P5. Max Poe down in 6. Do you remember at the start there, Jeff, where this driver had overtaken, I think, 2 drivers? And
Yes.
and
Yeah,
now
I think he was one of our only V drivers to have 2 positions up.
yeah,
I think this clearly shows how much wet weather driving he's got going on this track here, at least.
I wonder if he
This is
lost it
now.
during the wet rather, or if it was still during dry. But he's back down in the depths here. He's got a 21 or 22-second gap to the driver ahead of him. So that's
Yes,
unfortunate.
and just getting lapped there by the 3rd, 4th, and 5th car. I think it is just a factor of the weather coming in, and yeah, just some drivers being less prepared than others, as we can see that from the positions and the pace.
All right, and while that is happening, we'll actually take a look at Brady Cohen here. This is what happened to him earlier. Oof. He spun. But then he had this. Oh, he's been spinning a few times here. Oh, so he's just consistently getting some bad spins. And then that was the Joe Silva moment from earlier. And then Peter Dillon, who had they had his own little spin. It's so nice to see how well these things, once they go, they don't go too bad. Like, here's Max Poe doing a Max Verstappen at Hungary, spinning it fully, and it's back out there. I mean, like, that was perfect. You couldn't ask for a better moment.
No, absolutely not. And just a quick note on the Brody incidents there. Um, I have no control of the recording and where we go to see things, so I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt of saying the weather caused those spins. So
Oh yeah, no. Uh, this commentator sees all,
I
and
did
so
not
Brady Cohen.
incriminate you.
Uh,
It was my commentator friend. But
yeah, I was the one that
that's all right.
caught that in 4K, as they say, but not in 4K. It's 1080p. But oh, ooh, Cody Fanera, what happened here?
Did he happen to hit the wall? I think he might have.
Oh, that's a big
Yeah, that's
puddle.
a lot of water.
Saved it from the
I was,
wall.
yeah, yeah. And I was saying that earlier. Those big puddles they were forming about 5, maybe even 10 laps ago now. I would probably say 10 laps ago.
What is
Those puddles
that?
were forming.
Yeah, and look at Christopher Melton back down. He gained 2 positions and lost 2 positions. As Joshua Justice leads us and Ken Poulin, who are on board with, oh, I don't even know what to say. Like, if
Yeah,
we
Chris,
hit the
that one
replay,
just, yeah, that one just happened. Not like probably this lap, I would like to say.
yeah, look at this. Boom. They just zip on by.
Is he? Did he get a slowdown? Was low fuel?
Possibly.
Because he's going slow right now. I don't know.
Okay. For anyone who was wondering, Trey Misek has gone into the pits, and it took him 39.2 seconds. He's down into P6 at the moment, but he is the first driver to engage the pit strategy.
We do have more drivers in the pits as well. Some V's, Rays.
Yep.
It's all kicking off in the pit lane right now.
Yeah, that definitely might be the trigger for some of these other drivers. Moment Cody Fanera has Dave Palmer in his sights.
He's very close this one around. See if he's able to make a move into the first corner, and it looks like he's going to. Just off. Oh, it was a beautiful run out of the end there. You just fly right by him. Just a very good exit there out of that last corner. Give him that 4th position over Dave Palmer. So stay on board here with Dave Palmer. And oh, big incident. Right.
Trey Misek slides on by. Did he have any damage from that, though? Missed completely. Oh, you hate to
Just
see it, though,
missed.
but we have 2 meatballs here. Cody Fanera and Dave Palmer both meatballed into the pit lane. Yeah,
Yes.
that right front,
Unfortunate.
that
An
definitely hit.
unfortunate spin in the. Oh, sorry.
No, you're
Go ahead.
good. No, it's nothing more to say. You go on, you commentate that.
Honestly, I think the two drivers want to forget about it. I think we should too. So then we'll just move on
Oh,
to
that's
the
part of the
next
cast.
pit.
We gotta focus in on these things. It ain't Broken Wing Racing League for nothing. Is Brad Grandorf goes P7 here. Dave Palmer in the pits is in P8. Sure he's gonna be popping out soon. It should be noted here is both these drivers, actually Daniel Vernon as well, who's in P5, has not pit. Neither has Joe Silva here. Brad hasn't either. Dave was P5. Trey Mestak is the only driver still has not who has pit from the top of the group here. And Jason Chen's in the pit lane. Daniel Vernon stays out. Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, it's bizarre because like they're both in a white livery, so that's why I was kind of confused. But Trey Masek is in second again. Lars Tyhouse, who's still out there, has not pit as well. Max Poe exiting the pits. This will be a battle for position here. This is Cody Fanera and Dave Palmer.
Two drivers that got in a collision, and we've seen this move before from Cody, and he's just going to make the move again. And he's going to try not to spin it. And Dave's going to try not to run into him again. But we will see. We will see.
Yeah. Joshua Justice lapped V traffic. He's kind of all in, by himself as well. He's in no man's land. I'm not sure what's kind of going on with the V's right now, but they've kind of significantly split their times. Oh, it's because some of them pit. Some of them that were in that draft pack, they have pit, and the other ones didn't. So, guess we'll see whether or not they come out in close contention with each other.
Dave looking for the move on the outside. I don't think we've seen too many moves from the outside, so let's see if Dave can get it done here.
Ooh, that's Brady Conan. Safe rejoin.
Yeah. Very smartly waited for the Rays to drive by before he hopped on track.
Now, what do you think of these different these racing lines that we're seeing here? We see Cody kind of opting to go a little bit wider, and you have Dave just holding a really tight angle.
I think it's very interesting to see the different driving styles. Me personally, I think I favor Cody's just in the wet weathers especially. Try and stay off your traditional racing line that's got more rubber on it, so your tires have a bit more grip because of the rubber, and the range really makes you slip, especially in dry tires. And even just that wider line with these cars, you want that better exit to get the better run, because that's how you're going to make these overtakes. Obviously, spinning also doesn't help, as Dave Palmer has just spun it.
And he's gonna
And we'll
have
wait
to.
for the rest of the cars so you can rejoin.
Yeah.
And yeah, safe rejoin there. But yeah, unfortunate spin from Dave.
Take a look here is Brady Conan, who had a meatball. Oh, that seems like a harsh one. Ooh. How does that happen, though? Oh, accelerating into what the...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's suspension.
Yeah.
Suspension
That
damage.
is a bent suspension. Might not be a meatball. Might just be a
It's a meatball.
cockeyed. Oh, it is a meatball.
Yeah, yeah. It was confirmed. Looks like everyone's doing just fine. Brad, I think he was just going slow, so it countered that as a... yeah, and it's also going slow. Nothing there. Sometimes he's a... Oh, nope. He crashed. And Max Poe. So the wet weather is claiming a lot of lives right now.
When it rains, it pours,
Yeah,
and it is really raining right now.
this one's kind of bizarre.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think his left tires were on that white paint, which you don't think it does much, and I also didn't think it did much
Oh,
either, but I was
yeah.
in a similar situation and just happened to brake slightly with my left tires on the line, which happened here, and yeah, sent me in a spin, and same situation here. So it's really staying away from those curbs and those lines as best as you can. to avoid spins.
Yeah, I think we just saw that again with another driver.
Yes.
And back onto some racing action. Let's just a little bit of a catch up for everything that's been happening out on a track while everyone was pitting and getting out of the pits and wet weathers. I think it's always fun.
I think the wet weather's always lots of fun. As I think Ethan Orr has just come into the pit lane now.
And
See
we'll
how
see
long
a
this
change.
pit stop is.
Alvarez is in the pits. Ray Misak retakes P3 or P1. Jason Chen is down the straight. Lars is exiting. Jason Chen is through. And so is... Nope. It's just Jason Chen. Who's behind him? Daniel Varon, who's in P8. That's a big difference. What did Jason Chen do? He did a 35.2. Lars did a 36.2. Got a 3.8 second gap. He was well in P2, so I'm curious as to what happened right with this time. Why it's such a difference in disparity there. He pit 6 laps ago. I don't know. Jeff, you have any thoughts?
I do not know.
No?
No. I also don't know what happened with this driver here. I'm just trying to also see where, because I saw that Ethan Ori came in for the undercut on Guido, and Guido's now in the pit lane, as I see on the relative there. So I'm very curious to see who will come out ahead of these two here. Is the undercut or the overcut the better option?
No, Joshua Justice is now P1. And Guido?
Guido has come out still ahead with a good gap. What is that? Almost a 2-second gap to Ethan behind. So clearly, overcut was the better option on this strategy here. Joshua Justice is in the lead, but he has not pit yet. He should be coming in within the next couple laps. We are 9 laps left in this multi-class race here.
We're still got some battles. Dave Palmer's gone ahead of Michael and Daniel Varon. Yeah, that one's strange. Getting into second. The over. What's that? A 31.1 to a 29.9. Yeah. And then there's Joshua Justice, who's not even hit the pit just yet. Ken Poulin will be the driver to see whether or not this works out for Joshua Justice or not. It's rounding that final corner.
We did see with the overcut with Guido that it did work, so we'll see if the overcut here will work as well with Joshua Justice.
It did.
It definitely did.
By a good
margin. Considerable margin as well.
4 seconds.
Almost 5. Yeah, almost 5. That's
yeah.
The overcut is very powerful here. Apparently, that's interesting.
Very 29.5 for Joshua Justice and a 32.8 for Ken. All these three drivers that were kind of on board with a little bit, they are all on the same lap right now, 6, 7, and 8. But in the middle of them is a driver who's actually ahead of them. It's Lars Tyhouse, who's sitting in 3rd position. in the Ray class, and he's got to get on by the Vees and these drivers in the Rays. But
And these two Ray drivers in front, they're racing for position as well. So it's not like they're just gonna say, "Yeah, come on by, buddy." Like, yeah, no, they're racing themselves, and so Lars is gonna try and find himself his own way by here if he wants to catch Jason.
yeah, he's got a 4.2-second gap to Mason Chen. I mean, that could come right down if there's an incident there for a driver ahead to a spin, but I think that's the only way he's going to get it with this many laps left. And he's going to force it with Michael. Didn't get on by, though.
No, and normally I would be a little bit more up in arms about blue flags, but again, those two drivers ahead, they're racing. They want their own position, so I can understand Michael not really wanting Lars to get by to, because then he has the potential of losing the draft to Dave himself. So,
Yeah, it looks like.
and then again, yeah, Daniel's coming behind as well, and Lars did get by there. I think that's what you were about to say. Sorry about that,
Yeah,
but
no.
yeah, yeah, Lars
Oh,
is
who's
gone by.
down? Who's down? Who's down? Oh, who was that? That was Brady Conan. Oh, that's
Brady
unfortunate.
Coleman.
Daniel did get past Michael, and that was one he was trying to avoid, right? Because Lars was
Yeah.
in the mix trying to get by these drivers, and that was at turn 2.
Daniel Varen is just using Lars to his advantage.
Yeah, Lars
Lars
is
is making
forcing
the
some
gap.
issues, and that's it's making the difference here for these 3 drivers. Unfortunate.
Difficult for the drivers, entertaining for us here. That is for sure.
Yeah, that is quite something. And now there's the other thing. I'm not sure about this league, but are they going to try to unlap themselves at any point? Is that something that is a thought? If they think they're faster than Lars, they're going to try to force an issue. Is Daniel going to try to force an issue to get away from these drivers and go on the attack on Lars? I don't think you would do that, right?
I don't think so. There's five laps left in the race. To be honest, like unless Lars is considerably faster than Jason, which unfortunately I don't think he is. He's not gonna catch him.
Oh,
Excuse me. Oh,
that's unfortunate for Michael here. But Dave has Daniel Varen in his sights. Lars has now kind of escaped these 2 drivers. I think Dave's gonna make it stick.
it looks like they are catching Joe Silva.
Oh
Slightly.
no!
Oh, not anymore. Not anymore. And I think Michael is going to thank the iRacing gods for 2 easy positions.
Yeah, and
Is
Dave
there?
has
Does Daniel have any damage?
no damage for
Flag wise.
either. Dave Palmer got a black flag on that incident, and Brad Grandolph is also in the pits for a meatball flag. That kind of cements it. Daniel Varen is going to be I guess, the biggest winner here out of those drivers. P6.
Yeah,
4 laps to go.
I thought Michael was going to be the biggest winner there, getting 2 positions, but Daniel got away with a. I didn't see the incident, so I can't really say murder, but he got away with it. He got away with
Take a
the
look.
incident, with whatever happened.
Dave spins.
No, yeah, Dave spun it on his own.
And
Exactly. That's why I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Daniel getting away with that. Dave not getting away with it.
Yeah,
Michael getting a free position out of it.
it's
And,
unfortunate.
4 laps to go.
Trey
Ray leader,
Mistak.
Trey.
Yeah, it's just he's got Dave Palmer ahead of him and got an 18.5
And
second gap. I thought Trey
yeah,
said that he didn't want to keep winning, and that's why he started from the back in GT3s. But it
and I
looks like
also
he.
thought he said he didn't do any wet weather racing, which clearly he did. So good job, Trey. Let's look at somebody else
Yeah.
now.
Well, Guido
we'll
Marzucci
we'll
in
talk to Trey later.
P1 in the Formula V's. It's got a 1.6 second gap, and it's unfortunate to see Brady Conan. He's just all over the track and just parked in separate spots. Right now, he's got a black flag, but he's been exceptionally well at avoiding other drivers on track. So,
Yeah, very
there's,
good at that. Very good at his very safe rejoins, and honestly, props to him for sticking it out. And even with all the black flags that incidents he's having, just keep racing, keep plucking along, trying to get better. Because that's really what this league is, right? It's just a get better league. It's
yeah,
free league. So just get better, and it's good to see that's what he's doing.
um, so the big step up is some of the sweats in the GT3 Sprint Championship.
It definitely is.
Now Trey's going to want to be as cautious as he can, but Brady's already off to the side and making no fuss or over this. And what we're witnessing here is an utter domination of the Ray class. And Trey Mistek is going to take the checkered flag after 48 laps. I know Jeff had his doubts about this driver. Just kidding.
And I have
uh,
my doubts. He threw the sandbags on and then threw them at us so
it's
no, good on Trey, and Jason's gonna come take P2 here.
and then Lars Tiehouse across the line in P3. Cody Fanera has a little bit more ways to go. Where are these drivers at? It looks like our Formula V's are going to cross the line. And look at that, Ethan Orr got the time down to 0.7 tenths. So
Yeah, I think if they had one more lap, I think Ethan would be there, but unfortunately
doesn't look like it
he does
now.
not. And Guido is going to take the win.
Ethan Orr in second, Joshua Justice. Uh, Not there just yet, but Cody Fanera just passed. He's in P4. Joe Silva's still not there. Joshua Justice is going to take P3 for that class, but actually we have something happening on track right now. Daniel Varon and Joe Silva are self-belling out almost across the line here. They got one more corner to go. And can Daniel snag a position? Joe Silva's up 2 positions from restarted.
Might be able to take one here. Silva's
For
trying to
5th and
break the
6th.
toe. Varon's breaking.
I think it's
I
gonna
don't think
go.
so.
Yeah, it's gonna go to Joe Silva,
It's gonna stay into Silva's hands.
and then Michael into P7. Dave Palmer still a little bit ways to go there. Ken Poulin into P4. Christopher Melton in P5. Is it still going for these drivers? But it's still battling it. It's finishing. Is it not? It is not over. They're actually bad. Like, it said it's finished. Trey Mistak is the only one that has actually finished. That's so weird. Okay, Dave Palmer's finished.
But the Vees and Rays still.
The V's are still going, and some of the Rays are still going. Dave Palmer's crossed the line, so it is technically not over just yet. We have Guido and Ethan Orr battling for the finish. Joshua Justice and Ken Poulin have finished, but Daniel never did. Nothing changed in the the Ray class. I'll say that much. But Ethan Orr and
Going
Guido,
around the outside of Guido. I don't.
yeah,
Guido's
Guido
going.
Guido lost it.
He's going slow.
They this is the
Yeah, Guido's
finish.
going slow on the inside.
That was not. I get. It said it was finishing, and it only recorded Trey, and everyone else had to continue to go for another lap. And that you said that we needed one more lap, and that was the lap we needed because Ethan Orr did finish in P1. Guido was in second. Joshua Justice stayed third. Ken Pullen's fourth. Chris Melton in fifth. Chris Mounts in sixth. Enrique seven. Peter Dillon eight. Brady Conan in nine. Um, that was bizarre. I've never seen that on
Yeah,
my timing screen before.
I'm gonna say it's not just us that was a little confused there because Guido looked like he pulled off to the side there on the straight and pit right away. I think he might have underfueled from that. I think there might have been a couple drivers that might have happened to.
Yeah, that was
It's just
it's
yeah,
weird.
because they yeah Trey would have crossed the line and then they would have crossed behind and then it would have been over. Not yeah, no, that's a very odd one, but
I've never seen that
said
before.
and done now,
Yeah,
and
I've never seen it happen before, but it did, and they were still racing for that one extra lap. Trey Mistack won. No change in the order though for the Rays. It was Jason Chen in second, Lars Stiles in third, Cody Fanera fourth, Joe Silva in fifth, Daniel Varon in sixth, Michael Chayote in seven. I think that's how you say it, and Dave Palmer in eight. The only big, you know, change up was Ethan Orr and Guido did battle at that last lap, and then Joshua Justice in third, Ken Pullen in fourth, Christopher Melton in fifth, Chris Mount sixth, Enrique Casilimas in seventh, Peter Dillon in eight, Brad Grandolph in nine for the Rays, Max Poe in 10, and then Brady Conan in nine for the Vees. That was quite the spicy ending to that race. I didn't had I had known specifically that that was all still going on for those two drivers, I probably would have just watched that for the entire last lap. But I mean,
yeah,
overall, it was extremely clean.
yeah, it was a very clean race, and no, I agree with you. If we knew that was the real last lap, we would have stayed with those two. Because even before that, I was saying, I'm like, oh, if they had one more lap, Ethan have a better chance. But they did have one more lap, and Ethan did have the chance, and he took it, and that's no, but all
That's
around
that's pretty
it was
crazy.
good driving.
Yeah, and
No,
I
it was
mean,
yeah, it was very crazy, but very good driving all around from everybody, and um, seemed like everybody was able to weather the wet weather quite well.
I think
Even though we'd had many spins, but
yeah, I think there's a lot of trials
all
and
in all,
tribulations to this race when the wet came. It really just changed some of the racing here for some of these drivers. That's but overall fantastic. Uh, yeah, thanks guys for joining us. And this is the V's and Rays Championship season 10 round 2. Yeah, Okayama. We're ending, but if you like this and you want to be a part of it, you can always join Broken Wing Racing League. On Sunday, we're doing the GT3 Sprint Championship. That'll be round 2. I'm sure Jeff's going to be joining that one uh, in the race itself. Are you, Jeff?
yes, I will be.
Okay, great. He will be there, and I will make sure
I will
to get
definitely be
a
there.
a highlight of Jeff when he doesn't bin it. Um, just to make sure. The 360 finish, I did not see that because we really did not know that. I thought it was ending the lap before. It said it was ending. Sorry there,
I think
Trey.
no, I think we did cut right to it. I think we
Where
cut to the tail end of the
after
360 spin.
turn one, he went and spun a little bit into turn two. I think that was what it was.
Yeah, yeah, that's what that was. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't worry, Trey. We just caught the tail end of that.
Yes, we did. When we were confused why you were. Anyway, that said, that's on Sundays. The LMP2 GT4 Broken Wing Falcon Series is on Tuesday. This Tuesday, it's an hour-long race. Mandatory pit stops, safety car generators in that one. That should be
Yeah,
extremely fun. We already have over like plus 40 people that are in that. Please join that as well. That's on Tuesday, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as the Oval Series is going to be on Wednesdays. That's the ARCA Oval Series. We're going to be on round 3, and Vees and Rays will be on round 3 as well on Thursdays. Thank you all for joining us for that one. And Jeff, any last thoughts?
Um, no, just ready to actually race on Sunday. And I guess also happy Canada Day to the Canadians for this weekend.
I knew you were going to put some
Uh,
Canadian propaganda out there. Happy Canada
it's
Day
not
for everybody.
propaganda, it's Canada Day.
Yeah, well, can't wait to see what Jeff can do on track on Sunday. And thank you all for joining us. And Kyo Show fan, thank you for the follow. Appreciate everybody and have a good evening.